Hello, everybody. I wanted to tell you today about the portfolio assignment that you are going to be doing while I am gone. I'm really excited to take this paternity leave and welcome Alice into this world, but I don't want to leave you guys empty-handed because just because she's coming, I'll be back and excited to teach you guys again and the 2 weeks that I have off afterwards. So, what I have created for you is a regimen where you are going to be able to create a portfolio, and you're going to be self-directing your own learning based off of things that I want you to cover. And what I expect every day is that you are documenting that learning and creating a sort of a portfolio. So the basic features of this portfolio are that you're going to be taking notes on the relevant textbook sections. So you're going to be copying down relevant definitions and examples that you are going to be recording in the notebook. And then after you do that, we still are going to have an IP schedule that you are going to be expected to take home homework assignments to work on. Now, that being said, I don't want to leave you empty-handed. So there are resources that you will have. So you're going to need a textbook. So either the electronic version will be fine. I did tell Mrs. Crowder, who is likely going to be our sub, that you will be permitted to use technology in the classroom, provided that you are doing that for academic work. You may also work with others, provided that you are submitting your own work. So I want this to be your own individual learning process. And there will be a tab on the Haiku page where you are going to be able to utilize, so there'll be a substitute tab where you will be able to utilize those relevant textbook sections. And you may email me at any time too if you have any questions. I'm sure I can take a little break from taking care of Alice, sneak out for a few minutes and respond to your emails. I think this goes without saying. I, for the most part, really like what you guys have been doing this past semester and the work that you have been putting into the class, and I expect that that same quality of work is being put in. So that means that you need to be on task and in your seat. If you are failing to meet those expectations and you are disruptive of the learning process of others, you will have a conference with me upon return, and you will also will be notified, your parents will be notified, and I will probably also make you write an apology letter to the sub. So I hope that you have a very productive and fulfilling 2 weeks. The daily schedule. Some of you may be asking, what is second semester geometry about? And kind of the central skills of second semester is this idea of ratio, proportion, and then also looking at the measurement of the physical world around us. So what are the perimeters and the circumferences and the areas of different shapes, and how do we find those? So by the end of a semester, I should be able to give you a shape, 2D or 3D, and you tell me what that area and volume is. So I pinpointed sections that I think are very useful and conducive towards self-teaching and very formulaic approaches. And so on day one, you're going to do perimeter, circumference, and area. So you're going to get some basic formulas and be expected to compute those. Day two, we're going to do the central concept of a semester, I would say, which is ratio and proportion. So we're looking at same shape, different size. And you can see, the learning targets for each day too, and the relevant homework assignments. And you are going to want to include the IP with your notes in the portfolio that you will be returning to me by the end of my paternity leave. So when I come back, you'll be giving me that portfolio and we'll be grading it. We're also going to talk about polygons in general. So things with more than 4 sides, actually 4 sides and 3 sides are polygons, but they have their own chapter. And then we're also going to go into the 3D and we're going to do surface areas and volumes. And there's a mini lesson that I have too that's going to guide you through ratios between areas and volumes and dispelling some common myths. And this will help you get prepared for some of those word problems on the iStep. Now, what isn't a good portfolio? Well, I have over here different elements that I expect to see and tips that you should have. So I should be seeing vocab and definitions. Anything that's in a box is a theorem that we can use, and we can build our system of geometry. I expect to see worked out example problems. So before you do the examples in the homework assignments, you need to be looking at the examples yourself, and you need to be thinking about what do these examples have in common with each other. I also have independent practice that I want you to include. And if you are confused, on the tab of the substitute section of the haiku page, I'm going to have videos like this where you can take a look at some sample problems or even some voiced over PowerPoints to help out. And I encourage you to every day ask the sub, Mrs. Crowder, if you have any questions, and she can even email me and I can even create a video myself. Maybe you will hear a crying baby. I will warn you about that. Over here is the rubric for how you're going to be graded. So I'm looking for mastered is kind of what the basic expectations are, but I'm looking that you go a little bit above and beyond if you want the full points. And if you do go above and beyond, I think you're going to get a lot out of this experience and a lot of really good independent study habits that are going to be very useful when you go to college. So things like on-task behavior. So not only do I want you to be on task, I want you to be helpful in the process. So, that could mean thorough work. So if you work very thoroughly, that's showing leadership. You can also reach out to people sitting immediately next to you, not getting out of your seat, but reaching out immediately next to you, helping people with the concepts, or even coming up to the class and explaining how to do a problem. And I also expect you to be polite, respectful, and helpful to the sub. Note-taking. So really good students, and I've seen this actually in like the Shapemobile project that I did last year with the honor students. And honor students, you're going to have the opportunity this semester to do it. I expect that you have a high level of detail that's at the level of a textbook or beyond. And I encourage you to make it a running document. So think about questions or observations or useful tips on the side. This is what I see really successful geometry students doing in general, and this is why they succeed in my class. And you can even have a little fun and creatively connect the concepts together. So why not even make your own textbook section, for instance? If you think you can teach it better than me or the textbook, go right ahead and do it. Make it a running document. And then for IP completion, if you're completing work and you're showing your work on a consistent basis, 90 to 100% of the time, you will get full credit for IP participation. Obviously, if there's some problems in the class, like let's say that you're off task, not consistent about doing the portfolio, like you're missing lots of definitions, that's going to be in the approaching column, kind of at 2 out of 4 area. And if you're in the 1 out of 4 area, not only are you not doing the work, but you're also impeding the learning of other people. And if you're in this column, we are going to have a meeting when we get back. So what I hope is that everybody will be shooting for advanced and getting a lot out of the experience in this portfolio assignment. So if you feel confused, don't give up. Be patient. And, we're going to be actually working through a lot of these skills and reinforcing a lot of these skills throughout second semester geometry. So for those of you who haven't had me before, I'm really looking forward to meeting you and serving your educational needs. And for those of you who I had last semester, I'm looking forward to continuing to see you succeed. And I know that we, as a team, can put together a lot of good work this semester. And I'm looking forward to coming back and seeing you and doing what I love.